What's good, y'all? Welcome back to my channel, Chrissyy Talks. Y'all can call me Chrissyy, and let's go ahead and jump right into this. I know I look like a crackhead. I just woke up not too long ago, so please don't judge me. But I'm okay excited for this video because it has some updates that some of y'all, including myself, have been waiting on. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Now, before we dive into the deeper stuff, I want to talk about some quick tea pertaining to one of Jazz's ex. Now, I don't mean Tay, but I mean, if my timeline is correct, I do mean the ex-girlfriend before Tay. So this is Jazz's ex-girlfriend, and if you guys remember, Jazz's ex-girlfriend's ex-girlfriend came out and claimed to have seen Jazz come out of this ex-girlfriend's home while she was with Tay. Now, Jazz addressed every other rumor besides this one, so to this day we don't know whether or not these allegations are true. Now, recently Jazz's ex-girlfriend shared an old video with her and Jazz, and she shared it with the caption saying, "We could have been superstars." I honestly haven't seen Jazz respond to this ex-girlfriend. I feel like she's really just trying to ignore her and keep her in the past, and as she should. I low-key feel like it's weird being an ex, especially being an ex years ago, to be talking about your ex while they're currently in another relationship. Like, I feel like that's low-key disrespectful, especially because Jazz hasn't been saying anything to her, at least publicly, hasn't been responding to her. I mean, it definitely would be another story if Jazz's ex-girlfriend and her ex-girlfriend were right and Jazz really cheated on Tay with her, because even Jazz's ex-girlfriend came out and said Jazz was eating the coochie. And I guess that would explain why here and there Jazz's ex-girlfriend says something about them. Not on some stalker shit or anything, but like just randomly will talk about Jazz. I mean, if Jazz really did cheat, then she gave her ex-girlfriend the message that, like, you know, you still got it. But child, to each is their own. I really wonder if one day Jazz will respond to her, or Crystal, or if Jazz will talk about these cheating allegations, or Tay. Alright, so let's go ahead and jump into the juicy stuff. So the last time we talked about the famous twins was literally over a month ago, and what we talked about in my last video about them was that they broke up. Allie decided to go solo and is now running with the artist named Brazy. Their breakup happened when Sway actually decided to go back with the man, Henry Stevenson, who shot and killed their father. So just to quickly reiterate what happened that night according to reports and the famous twins themselves, and if you guys have been keeping up with this story, then you guys already know, but basically Henry had some prior beef with Allie and her father with this whole unemployment scam where Henry was taking money from Allie's account. Henry pistol whipped Allie, and ever since then it was beef. The night that their father died, Sway had Henry over when she wasn't supposed to. Allie then calls her father, and because of their prior beef, as you could imagine, their father was not happy that Henry was in the house. He eventually came over and told them to leave. Later on, when their father allegedly went to attack Henry, Henry shot in self-defense with the gun that Sway gave him to hold while she was in the house. Basically, when it comes down to it, Henry Stevenson is the one who shot and killed their father, but it was reportedly in self-defense. 2 months after their father's death, Sway went back with Henry, and that was pretty much it for Allie, and she decided to split off and do her own thing.
You switched on me for a nigga who popped your daddy and hit me in the face with a stick? That's what type of time you on? You give a fuck about dick me your sister?
When did you feel like you were just outgrowing the whole brand?
When she popped back out with the dude who supposed to been and killed my daddy, like, that's when I had to draw the line. They already think we sacrificed him. And she popping back out with the dude gonna make everybody think, like, they really did that. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, I ain't with none of that. Like, that shit ain't real. Like, no, like. So that's when I knew, like, you gotta go solo. You gotta do your own shit, cause, like, famous twin ain't where it at.
My thing is, even if Henry did shoot their father in self-defense, I just feel like that's way too much trauma for me to even be with him. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I could never lay in bed with you thinking that you are essentially the reason why my dad's not here. You pistol whipped my sister. She has a scar on her face. Like, I mean, I always say that ever since he pistol whipped Allie, that would have been enough for me personally, and I feel like that should have been where the line was drawn. But to go back with him after the death of their father is really, like, it's kind of sick to me. It's definitely weird. Y'all, it seems like the famous twins may be back together. Don't quote me. I don't think they're officially back together, but I think they're at least on speaking terms because Sway and Henry broke up. A couple days ago, Sway posted this on her story saying that I'm single, and she reposted the gifts that Henry gave her on Valentine's Day, saying that she was gonna throw them all off the balcony, which she actually did. Ironically, she recorded herself throwing away all the stuff that he gave her to the song that she wrote about being with him. She then reposted Henry's story saying that he was single with the song "You Ain't Shit." The famous twins were on live together. I did not record it, so y'all just gonna have to take my word for it. They were on live together. They were actually going back and forth with another set of twins, but that's a whole other story. But Sway did repost a song that they were working on before the split. They did post about finding someone to shoot their music video for this song, I believe. Nonetheless, I did see them on live together. Again, I did not screen record it, but they were in the car together, so it seems like they're at least on speaking terms. My only thing is Henry and Sway were already on and off before they just broke up, you know, before the whole thing with their father. So I honestly hope to God that they don't get back together, because clearly all the drama that happened between Henry and her family wasn't enough for Sway to not get with him. You know, she might still go back with him. I feel like with all the shit that they went through together, they only went through it together, you know what I mean? They're the only ones who understand each other's pain. So it would be all the more better for them to be together, you know? But I do agree with Allie, if Sway is on this toxic shit, it's not good for Allie to keep reliving. And it's honestly not even worth it, even if you're my twin. If you're hurting me and you're having us relive our trauma, like, I gotta do what I gotta do for me at that point. But I don't know, y'all, I feel like we could expect a new Famous Twin song soon. Now what I've been getting ready to talk about is this Anne Marie case. So I talked about this Anne Marie case over a year ago, literally a year and a half ago, and I believe this is like my first true crime based video that really did its thing with its views. I'm gonna quickly summarize what happened, because this is, like I said, over a year and a half at this point since this case happened. Anne Marie is an artist who allegedly shot her best friend in the head in a hotel room. Now what we know happened for sure is that Anne Marie did call in the police because her best friend Jonathan Wright had received a bullet wound to the head. Now Anne Marie claimed that the gun fell off the table and it went off twice, and there were 2 different shell casings in the room. I believe one in the bathroom and one near their bed. Now when this was going around social media, headlines read that she shot her boyfriend in the head, or she shot her side piece in the head for being involved with other women. If you guys want more context, go ahead and check out the first video I made about this case. In that video I dive a little deep, and it's questionable whether or not her and Jonathan were really just best friends. I looked into Jonathan's friends' Twitters, and when they spoke on the situation, it seemed like there was more going on between them. But basically, Anne Marie's best friend by the name of Jonathan Wright was shot in the head while they were in the hotel room together. Whether or not it was accidental is really what we're trying to figure out. Some people feel like a gun couldn't go off twice, and that she might have intentionally shot him in the head because of their rumored relationship. Other people felt like it's possible for a gun to go off twice, and maybe she did shoot him accidentally, or the gun just fell off and she's completely innocent. But of course, there's another side to the story that we just do not know. The last thing that was said about what happened was 8 months ago from Anne Marie's management. And they stated that Anne has chosen to remain silent for the past 6 months out of respect of the investigation, and that she hopes to get back to work soon. But y'all, in over a year and a half, Jonathan Wright hasn't said anything until last night. Yesterday was his birthday, so he posted a couple of pictures. Most of them you can't really see his face except for this one. Now mind you, like I said, he hasn't posted in over a year and a half. His last post, which was on the day of the shooting, said, "When you're getting money, it's hard to tell who with you. Prepare for the rest when it falls bad." Now both Anne Marie and Jonathan had tweets on the day that the shooting happened, and I feel like they were subbing each other. But as you can see, he literally hasn't posted anything except for the pictures that he did last night. And on Twitter, he posted the caption saying it's all love. On his Instagram, he posted the same pictures, and he said, "Thinking of 1,000 words when I wrote this shit. Look, I took a L, but now I'm back. They ain't winning and I'm doing well. Don't even ask how I'm living." Now, oddly enough, within the past year and a half, the two have stayed followed to each other. I feel like obviously if there was any bad blood between them, or like, you know, you just shot me type of beef between them, they definitely wouldn't still be followed to each other. So maybe this was really an accident. Maybe they just never bothered to unfollow each other. Maybe Jonathan forgives Anne. I don't really know, y'all. But it's good to see that Jonathan is alive and well. We knew that he didn't die from the shooting, but like, again, we haven't heard anything from this case at all. So it's good to know that he's actually alive, celebrating his birthday, and he's back on social media, because I'm really interested to see if he ends up talking on the case, or if the case is going to come to a close anytime soon, if Anne Marie is going to come out and say anything. This doesn't say anything specifically to what happened, but I definitely thought it was interesting to see him say something since it's been so long. Y'all, that is the end of my video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Comment out what you guys think below. Do you guys think that Jazz cheated on Tay with her ex-girlfriend? Do you guys think that the Famous Twins are back together? What do you guys think about Sway and Henny's relationship? And what do you guys think about the Anne Marie situation? Do you guys think that the shooting was an accident or that it was intentional? Comment out what you guys think below. Follow me on Instagram and my Snapchat at Chrissyy and H.Chrissyy, 2 S's, 2 Y's. I love and appreciate you guys, and I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye, guys.
She the girl, she the girl, she the girl.